Most men waste years trying to impress women with effort, gifts, and noise. But the ones she cannot forget are the ones who know how to speak. Not louder, but sharper. Not more, but fewer. Tonight, I'll show you 7 forbidden words that turn ordinary conversations into unforgettable moments. Words that make her pause, wonder, and replay you when she is alone. Call them dangerous, call them unfair. But the truth is simple. The man who controls language controls desire. And now that man can be you. Word 1. Imagine. The first forbidden word is simple, but it carries hidden power. Imagine. Most men speak in plain facts. They tell a woman what they think, what they want, or what they hope she feels. But facts rarely move emotions. Logic rarely stirs desire. A man who only speaks with reason remains forgettable. But the moment you say imagine, everything changes. You are no longer giving information, you are planting a vision inside her mind. This word is not a command. It is an invitation. It bypasses argument, bypasses resistance, and quietly forces her to create a picture in her head. And here is the secret. The picture she creates always feels more real than anything you could describe. When you say, imagine how calm it feels when someone truly understands you, her brain begins to build the scene. She doesn't just hear the words, she starts to feel them. Maybe she remembers a time when someone really understood her. Maybe she imagines what it would be like if it happened right now. Either way, her body responds. She feels safer, calmer, more connected. And because you are the one who guided her there, her mind links that emotional shift to you. This is the architecture of obsession. You are not telling her what to feel. You are letting her own mind do the work. And people always trust what they create more than what they are told. Think about it. If you say, you feel comfortable with me, her guard rises. But if you say, imagine feeling completely comfortable with someone, her guard lowers. She cannot argue because she is the one imagining it. She is the one experiencing it. This is why imagine is so dangerous. It does not force, it suggests. It does not argue, it plants. It does not push, it pulls. And once the image is alive in her, you no longer need to convince. She feels it as her own. A woman may forget what you tell her, but she will never forget what she imagined when you spoke. That is the power of the first forbidden word. Imagine. Word 2, remember. The second forbidden word is remember. At first, it looks harmless, just a simple word we use in daily conversation. But when a man uses it with intention, it becomes a key that unlocks a woman's emotional history. Here's the truth. A woman doesn't fall only for what she sees in front of her. She falls for the memories that are awakened around you. Attraction isn't just about the present moment. It's about the past emotions that come back to life when you speak. And remember is the bridge to that past. When you say, remember when you felt unstoppable, even for a moment, she is no longer in the present. Her mind is pulled backward, scanning her life for a moment when she felt strong, alive, and free. Maybe she recalls a childhood victory. Maybe a time she surprised herself. Maybe a night when she laughed until her stomach hurt. Whatever the memory is, the feeling returns. And here's the secret. Because you guided her there, her brain now connects you to that emotion. This is not manipulation, it is association. Human memory is emotional, not logical. We don't just store events, we store how they made us feel. And when those feelings are triggered, the mind looks for a reason. If you are standing in front of her when it happens, her subconscious links you with the power of that memory. That's why you don't say, you should feel good with me. That sounds needy. Instead, you say, remember when you felt completely safe? Like nothing in the world could touch you. She begins to relive it. And the stronger the memory, the stronger the anchor. This word is dangerous because it lets her do all the work. You are not telling her what to feel, you are holding up a mirror to her own past. And people always trust their own memories more than someone else's promises. Every man tries to impress her with what he's doing now. Few men know how to pull her into the deepest places of her own mind. But when she associates her most powerful memories with you, something strange happens. She feels as though you've always been there, even before you met. That is the power of remember. It bends time. It makes the past feel alive in the present, and it ties you to emotions that existed long before you walked into her life. She may forget your words, but she will never forget the feeling you made her relive. Word 3. Because. The third forbidden word is because. At first glance, it seems too ordinary to matter. We use it every day without noticing. But this single word reveals one of the deepest secrets of human psychology. The brain craves reasons. We like to believe our choices are logical, that we think carefully before deciding who to trust or who to desire. But the truth is, most decisions are emotional. We feel first, then we justify later. And because is the bridge that allows her to justify what she feels without realizing it. Psychologists once did a famous experiment with people waiting in line for a photocopier. When someone asked, "Can I cut in line?" the group often said no. But when the person added even a weak reason, "Can I cut in line because I need to make copies?" people allowed it far more often. The reason was silly, everyone was there to make copies. But the word because lowered resistance. Now imagine what happens in attraction. You are not just talking. You are giving her mind a reason to accept what she already feels. For example, "I like your voice because it carries strength even when you're quiet." Without because, it's just a compliment. With it, her brain finds an anchor. It feels like truth supported by reason. The reason was silly, everyone was there to make copies. But the word because lowered resistance. Now imagine what happens in attraction. You are not just talking. You are giving her mind a reason to accept what she already feels. For example, "I like your voice because it carries strength even when you're quiet." Without because, it's just a compliment. With it, her brain finds an anchor. It feels like truth supported by reason. The fourth forbidden word is feel. This single word separates the men who argue from the men who influence. Most men try to win women over with logic. They argue their value. But no woman falls in love with logic. Respect is not desire. Obsession comes from emotion, not argument. That's why feel is powerful. It doesn't pull her into her head, it pulls her into her body. It makes her experience, not just think. And experiences are unforgettable. If you say, "This moment is calm," it's just a statement. But if you say, "Do you feel how rare this silence is?" she stops. She notices. She experiences. And because you pointed her there, she links the emotion back to you. The genius of feel is subtlety. You're not commanding. You're guiding. And when she feels it, she owns it. It feels true because she discovered it in herself. This is how great leaders move crowds, how poets touch souls, and how men anchor women to them, through guided feelings, not forced arguments. Word 5. The fifth forbidden word is still. Most men are restless. They rush to speak, to impress, to react. Their moods rise and fall with her reactions. This makes them weak, predictable, forgettable. But the man who is still is different. He is unshaken by her moods. He stays calm, steady, centered. And that calmness becomes unforgettable. When you say, "I'm still here, still calm, still myself," you are showing unshakable strength. Women notice this more than men realize. A loud man may thrill her for a night, but she obsesses over the man whose presence feels unshakable. Stillness is rare. It is power disguised as calm, strength without aggression, and obsession is born in that contrast. Word 6. Wait. The sixth forbidden word is wait. Most men rush, talking, moving, chasing. But the man who says wait changes the rhythm. He creates a pause. And in that pause, he takes control of the frame. Picture this. You're walking down a busy street with her. The world is noisy. Then you slow your step and calmly say, "Wait, listen to that for a second." She stops. Even if briefly, she obeys. Once she pauses for you, she steps into your orbit. She enters your gravity. And obsession is born in that pause. Patience is power. The man who slows her down commands attention. He feels steady, grounded, unhurried. And women feel this deeply, even if they can't explain it. Word 7. The final forbidden word is enough. This word doesn't just spark emotion, it sets boundaries. And nothing is more magnetic to a woman than a man who draws the line. Most men cannot say enough. They keep giving, keep chasing, keep proving. But the man who calmly says, "Enough," shows strength. He shows he is stone, not clay. She may test you, but when you stand firm, she respects you. She admires it. Because deep down, every woman wants a man who cannot be moved by every little storm. But here's the secret. Enough only works when calm. Said with quiet certainty, it becomes unforgettable. Said with anger, it loses all power. This is the power Machiavelli himself would have respected. Not in giving endlessly, but in defining the frame. These are just words. But spoken with calm power, they are more than sounds. They are frames. Frames that shape how she feels when she is near you. And in the end, she will not remember the man who tried too hard. She will remember the man whose words echoed in her long after he was gone. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 words do you believe is the most powerful in your life right now? Type it in the comments below and tell me why. If this opened your eyes, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell. Because in the next chapter, we go even deeper into the hidden phrases Machiavelli would use today to make attraction feel inevitable. Remember this: